Hello, fellow humans and resellers. All right. Whew. Maybe a little crabby today. Just not head pressure. Not feeling too good. But how did yesterday wind up? Let's see. Well, yesterday I predicted if it kept on the same course that I would mirror last Wednesday due to the graph, because it was going perfect. All it needed was yesterday to end between 550, 575, and it would have been a perfect draft. Not that I was shooting for a perfect draft. See where it ended. Yes. $723. So we broke the mold. That's awesome. Yay. That's good to see. But I'm only up 3.8% now in the last 30 days. So, but, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the next 8 days, 30 days ago, were all like $400 days. So we should be climbing after today. All right. We're at 10 a.m. I'm at $130. So almost to the low end of where I like to be. So that's good. Yesterday, 41 items sold, 33 promoted, 8 organic. What is today? Today's Wednesday. All right. Let's see some questions and comments. I saw a comment I already commented back on, so I won't see it here. It said something about the name of your title should be how to give eBay 50% of your money. But I put on, you do realize that 50% cost does include shipping also, right? But if that don't fit into their narrative, then it doesn't matter. It's like the media. You just delete what doesn't work for your channel. YouTube's the same way, right? You just delete what doesn't work for your narrative. eBay has to be equitable and push sales worldwide. Duh. Screw the people who keep them in business. So screw all buyers and sellers? Yeah, well, screw you too there, buddy. Screw you too, man. The pressure to push free shipping was because of the laziness of eBay way back when circumvention was rampant. We were asked as sellers and buyers to report circumvention of fees when we came across them. The reports were ignored by eBay because the staff to review them and cancel those sellers that were breaking the rules and stealing eBay profit margins by having... Okay, I think I know where you're going with that. That's why they ended up taking fees off the shipping also, because people were manipulating the shipping. But that was ended way before everybody, the whole free shipping push. They were pushing free shipping as like trying to be an Amazon thing again, trying to compete with somebody they're not on the same level as and shouldn't be on the same level as. They don't house their own products. So they're, so yeah, I know where you're going with that. Just subscribed, why not? Yeah, why not? Boink. Maybe that should be the title of this video. Just subscribe, why not? Hi, James. 2 questions, if you don't mind. How big is your basement? You mentioned you had employees. How long for, and why do you no longer have them? Probably about 1,500 square feet total. How many did I have? We had about 10 people working at one time, including Jan, myself, Adrian, and Why I don't have many more? Don't hire friends. Didn't know what I was doing. Was basically doing 95% media as media was going away. So I ended up with a lot of debt from, it was about after the employees, probably went on for, I want to say total for maybe 2 years. And after the fact, I was about $30,000 more in debt from payroll. But that being said, that was before I started just doing everything. I was selling on eBay at the time. I mean, Amazon at the time also. And most of it was being done on Amazon. And it was all 95% media. Back then, there was a lot of competition for media on Amazon. I don't know how it is now. But, you know, a lot of race to the bottom type of feel. Almost what you can feel like going on with eBay right now. The whole race to the bottom when it comes to the cost of or the sale price of items. Yeah, and not recognizing myself what was going on and kind of shifting. And that was before Goodwill bins here in St. Louis. If I could have transplanted those years into, say, anywhere from like 2017 to 2022, it would have been a different story, because I would have had access to a lot of low cost stuff and been able to get it listed. My store would probably be huge right now if I did it that way. But yeah, wrong place, wrong time, wrong set of knowledge. That's pretty much it. But yeah, didn't recognize the changes that were going on, and didn't pivot quick enough. That's probably the biggest one. Didn't pivot quick enough. Didn't recognize. So, and then goofiness with hiring friends and stuff like that. Kind of, you know, take advantage of you. Be weird. It's just all different types of things. So yeah, just basically all my fault. Wrong place, wrong time, not knowing what the hell I was doing, not paying attention, not doing the correct things. But yeah, that's it. Have you started putting your media on Mercari? I would think it would be better over there. I have not. I've put a few things up there, but I haven't done any really cross-listing in a while, since eBay sales have been pretty steady. I've just been concentrating on eBay again. James, do you think your business plan will work outside the U.S.? I am from Australia, and eBay is not prevalent, not as many eyes, so just thinking how long tail items and low dollar items may sell. Well, I don't know anything about Australia's anything. Economy, how the people are, the history. I mean, the only history I know is what a lot of inmates were created Australia or whatever. If that's even true, I don't even know. But I would say the reasons why it works here would be the best way of, the reasons I think it works here. And then you can decide if Australia would be the same. I think the first and foremost, what's the word I'm looking for? Not really waste, but consumable. Like, America is consumer. We've been trained to be just consumers, indoctrinated into the brain. Consume, consume, consume. Chomp, chomp, chomp. I think that's the first thing. The second thing is, because of that, there is a lot of waste. A lot of things just get thrown to the side. with probably a lot of Americans, you can buy one thing and be over it 5 minutes later, type of thing. A lot of consuming, a lot of wasting. And with that comes wanting convenience. And even though economy-wise, we're still, I think, we're still down right now because of the cost of everything, it hasn't stopped the economy. There's still a lot of money to be spent here, and even for convenience. And that whole waste mentality, consume mentality is still prevalent. You can see it just by going out in your day. You can see it by looking online. You can see it with the amount of China items coming into the U.S. So I think if you take all those variables and kind of see if any of them apply in Australia. You said that not as many eyes. But if I remember correctly, the other sites have closed down there because of that. So then you have more eyes focused, at least on eBay, where you had some before on Poshmark before they closed, right? So you got those eyes back now. But I don't know how Australia is with domestic Australia items. If you can find a way, like if you're in Canada and you have a lot of cassettes or CDs that were Canadian prints, if you can get them to the US cheaply, that's big money. If you can do it in bulk. If there's something like that outside in Australia, I know there are some Australian print CDs. If you can find a way to get them into the US cheap, there could be big money there. But other than that, don't really know too much. So hopefully that helps you. Sorry, forgot to add. Thanks for the honest content. No problem. Josh responded to that saying, sell in the categories you love and sell what is abundant in your area. What works with your area? That kind of plays into what I was talking about. Selling what you love works well to motivate yourself. I mean, if you're easily motivated by just money alone, then it doesn't necessarily have to be what you love to do, because it's not about what you're selling, it's about the end goal, putting that money in the bank. So if you love money, it doesn't matter what you sell because you're motivated to get that money. But a lot of resellers, I think, who sell on eBay, individuals anyway, not businesses, not like multi-employee businesses, like single individual household. It has to be what they love because they're one person doing everything. So if you're one person doing everything, it might be easier to do what you love. But then again, like I said, if you love money and you're more focused on that, then it doesn't matter what you sell. And like I don't love clothes, but I can do clothes because I know clothes are going to sell, and I'll do clothes all day long. And it's not what I love, but I'll do it all day long because I know what the end game is. So the parts I do love are the media. And I don't necessarily love the hats, even though that's all I do is wear one, but I'll do them all day long because I know what the end game is. So I just love being able to resell, period, and do it on my own terms. So depends on where your head's at, how you keep yourself motivated. Like if I start getting in a slump, I go to turn to media, and I'll put up 30 CDs, 30 cassettes, whatever. And then that gets me over that little hump, and then I can go back to other stuff. So James, I am with you on long tail items. I've been doing this 25 years. I did delete things in the past and then keep them. Then I had to relist them. Just keep it on there and adjust the price every once in a while and keep it going. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of doing now with the years, discounting the years to just try to move it to free up that space since I am catching up to my limit. I sold so many things this year I had from 4 years ago. Some of them were really hot because I had a bunch of them. Sometimes I just update the listing and photos, which goes pretty fast. Keep going and don't listen to the negative people that are just jealous. Otherwise, they would not say anything. Response to that. Thank goodness sourcing can be fun. It's work too. And now I'm caught up. Not many comments on yesterday's videos. All right. A lot of new subs overnight. So about 20. So welcome all the newbies. And of course all the originals. All the OGs and everyone in between. Already got this set up. So got variety of things here. So we'll get into this. First up on this list, we've got Pepe's ball cap. Pepe's Old Town Key West. Headed to Oakland Park, Florida. Sold for $15. Like, I know I haven't looked for his store or anything, but I know there's like a big media seller in Australia. If you look up Mel from Back from Burnout, her boyfriend has a big media thing going in Australia. I don't know any of his sale information and stuff, so it is doable, like with just media alone. I'm guessing that's all he does. It's what it seems like in her videos. So, and he seems to be doing all right. So, Randy. But as far as other stuff like clothing and that, yeah, I have no clue how Australia works when it comes to their economy, your guys' economy and such. And how, you know, are people brainwashed over there too to consume? You know, we've been brainwashed from youth to consume. So, Branson, Missouri hat sold for $8.09. Headed to Palm Springs, California. You always have the youth who are always on this, you know, save the earth, recycle movements and stuff. And when you get older, most of that goes by the wayside. But that's why I kind of do what I do, you know. It's a form of recycling. So, and then anything can be done if you market it right also. So anything's possible. I just got to know all the details, your surroundings, and make it happen. Dents Unlimited hat. Headed to Minnesota, sold for $9. And I think that's the, like, I don't know how it is. I think international shipping for like Australia and like UK and stuff is even more expensive to get it here than it is from here to there. But that goes up every year, and that's one thing that I think has taken a big chunk out of US stuff going overseas, is the shipping costs in the last 10 years gone up so much. I used to send so much more stuff overseas 10 years ago than I do today. And a lot of it, I believe, is because of the shipping costs. Like, I think I've said this once before. It's You would have thought the internet's supposed to make the world closer, but because everybody's so greedy, it's actually making it farther apart. Because why hasn't somebody come up with a nice, efficient way beyond like pirate ship that I can send stuff overseas for $5? I mean, come on. You know there's a way. Somebody's got to figure it out. Instead of $12 for like a CD or a hat. Next up, we got more of that Barbie house, dream house parts and pieces. We got some pillars. 4 pillars. Altogether sold for $28, headed to Huntington Beach, California. See if I can put this in 2 hat boxes. I think it's gonna be a little bit too tall for that. Oh. So close. So close. Can I make that work if I just tape it? I don't know. I'll just play it safe and throw 1 extra box on there. A centerpiece, if you will. A centerpiece. It'll add some stability to it also. Looking outside, I'm on the inside looking out. Don't stick to that. On the inside, looking outside. How dare you turn off? I didn't tell you to turn off. I'm on the inside looking out. Dun, 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 dun. On the inside, looking outside. I'm on the inside, looking out. Dun, 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 dun. We got 16 by 8 by 6. 16 by 8 by 6. And we got 1, 6. Daniel. Danette. Oh, I want to put it here. Wink. Next up, Terry Steele, King of Hearts. CD sold for $14, headed to Madison, Illinois. Up on the east side. Like, why would it? Like, why did it cost $4 to send this to Illinois? Why? And it's only going to go up. This month, it's going up. Why? Greed, I tell you, greed. Giovanni. So for $6, headed to Los Angeles. Greed, I'll tell you. But I'm still waiting. That's the one beauty about capitalism. Waiting for that somebody to come along and change the game. You know, like this is going to California. And it costs the exact same thing to go right across the river. Why? 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 All right. Alias promo cassette tape. So for $5.60, headed to Ohio. How rude. Ugh. Maybe a 3. Rob. Next up, we've got Jewel. Down So Long CD. I could use resurfacing. So for $7, headed to Monroe, Michigan. So with that meat company, I sent them an email yesterday saying, hey, I plan on using you long term. What's going on? And they apologized. Give me a 15% off code. And it got mailed out yesterday. Funny how that works, huh? They said they were backed up. And I'm supposed to be here today. Next up, we've got this classical piece. So for $6, headed to Plymouth, Massachusetts. $5 it is, Keith. All right, next up we got this Boy Scout shirt. I always pick these up at the bins when they got patches on them. Actually, even when they don't, but it's different patches. So for $18, headed to Pennsylvania. Kyle. Next up, we've got Mithril live in concert CD. So for $8, headed to San Diego. I'm on the inside, looking outside. I'm on the inside, looking out. Grace. Next up, we've got St. Louis Blues women's t-shirt. Headed right across the river, Belleville, Illinois. Sold for $9.50. Michelle. Oh, we got a couple of, we got a UK and an Australia order. So we'll move those two right now. Next up, we've got this Golden Harvest vintage jacket. Sold for $25, headed to Bannister, Michigan. Let's see here. $110. Paul. Next up, this was just put up the other day. Caramel Christmas. Some like German Christmas thingy bobber. Headed to Carmel, Indiana. That must be Indiana then. Yes, it is actually. Okay, so it's a Christmas kind, some kind of German Christmas in Carmel, Indiana, I guess. I guess it's German. Chris Kindle Market. Market without an E. Sold for $20. Headed to Indiana. Feeling a little better. Pressure's relieving itself in my head. In my head. In my head. Eight by 6 by 4. Angelica. And the last US one, we got 2 international, is this Thomas Kincaid Disney puzzle. This sold for $11.25, headed to Maine. And that should work. We haven't had no cha-chings, have we? I got 2 offers. Let me see if I can take those and get a couple of cha-chings happen on this live. $3. No. No. Oh, that's not going to be a cha-ching. Will this one be a cha-ching? All right, we got a cha-ching coming. Well, unless the whole new eBay thing's in effect on all the product. Nope, not that one. I did have one yesterday that I accepted. It didn't come through until hours later when they paid. So. One, 5, 10, 8, 4. caught me off guard too, because I was looking at my solds and go, wait, I took an offer on that this morning. Why is it now just showing up in my unsolds and it was up higher? All right. And I remembered the offer. So it works on some things, but not all things yet. That was actually an 8-track that was on. All right. I've been waiting for AT&T fiber to come down our street, so it looks like they're finally putting it in. I got a thing in the mail saying it's on our street, and last week they were painting the ground and stuff with the digs. Like the dig lines, what lays where type of thing. So I'll be switching from this slow-ass Spectrum soon. Get me some fiber quickness. Fiber quickness. Shane McMahon. Jennifer. Paul. Michelle. Grace. Kyle. Keith. Julian. Bob. Andre. Linda. Danielle. Mark. I don't think Courtney came down again today. I wonder if she's not feeling the steps. Okay. A couple of internationals. First up, we got this little bitty toy car with a little cat driving. Richard Scary Huckles, McDonald's toy. Sold for $5. Headed to Australia. Here. So. Get off of me finger. It should be fine here. In that position. Alright. $1.2. Used toy car. $5. 1.2. See, why is it going to take $12 to send this to Australia? Come on now. We can do better. Somebody out there's got to be working on that right now. Figuring it out. I mean, you would think like with drone technology, we could get planes overseas with less personnel on board. That would save money. All right, we got these Red Ape denim shorts. Headed to the UK. Sold for $25. T-shirt bag, $24.99. 1, 2. 1, 2. $20. See, that's $20, but a little bitty toy car cost me $12. Come on now. Come on now. We can do better. Dun, 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 dun. eBay's scan form would not print yesterday. Last night. It was down. Let's see if it will work today. And that it will. All right. My work here is done. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.